welcome to the Ennis High School graduation of 2024. Before we begin the ceremony, please take a moment to turn off or silence your cell phones. In recognition of Memorial Day, I would like to take a moment to recognize the members of our military who made the ultimate sacrifice to defend our freedom. In honor of those who have gone before, I would like to recognize those who have followed in their footsteps to continue defending our freedom and the American way of life. If you are active duty, reserve duty, or retired military, please stand to be recognized. Thank you for your service. Please stand and give the proper salute as Heather Bruner plays our national anthem. That the board, administration, staff, and students of Ennis Schools welcomes family and friends to the 2024 Ennis High School commencement ceremony. The students before you have faced typical senior challenges this year, making decisions for their futures as adults, completing and interviewing for scholarships, life skills class and doing that final project, completing their community service hours, etc. This has been a very driven class with a lot of skills from these kids. We have quite a few that have taken AP classes online, honors calculus, college composition, and speech. They have also taken full advantage of our CTE courses that we offer, such as industrial arts classes, family consumer sciences, and business technology. Many of them have also taken the opportunity to complete their day with work release. It has taken a lot of grit for them to get here in front of you. Grit is something that will help you all in your future. G is for growth mindset. Always keep learning and don't think you've reached the point where you know it all. R is for resilience. You're going to face adversity. Push your way through and come back stronger. I is for integrity. Always act with honesty, decency, and fairness. T is for tenacity. Don't give up. Keep trying until you've reached your goals. I pointed this out last year, but I think this is a very relevant thing for all seniors entering out into the real life. The class of 2024 has 30 students with a wide range of interests and talents. I was fortunate enough to teach several of them in chemistry last year and enjoyed most of the time I got to spend with them. There are many of the students in this class who are going to be attending college in the fall, pursuing dreams of becoming graphic designers, nurses, teachers, engineers, etc. Hannah Todd will be competing with the rifle team at the University of Kentucky. And Zach Foss will be playing football at MSU Northern. We have graduates attending, also a graduate attending vocational school to become an HVAC certified. And then we have a few that are going to enter the workforce and start earning money right away. I would like to conclude conclude my welcome, just recognizing families and friends who have gotten these graduates here where they are today. Parents, siblings, aunts, uncles, grandmas, grandpas, you've all done a great job raising these young adults. They have a future ahead of them that can be as amazing as they allow it to be. Thank you for all for being here with us to celebrate this milestone in these kids' lives. At this time, I'd like to introduce the Ennis School Board Chair, Mrs. Marilyn Jenkins, to present the Valedictorian and Salutatorian Awards.
First, because he will be leaving us in a short while, I would like to acknowledge Casey Klasna, our superintendent, who has guided us through the last 8 years of our educational system and through our district. So Casey, we thank you. Now to all of the graduates of the 2024 year, I would like to say congratulations, and also I hope each of you will take with you the idea that you are an achiever, not just today, but into the future. And it matters not if you're going for further education, into the workforce, or if later on you become a parent, but throughout life, keep achieving. And now it is my honor to go ahead and introduce to you our salutatorian for this year, Hannah Todd. And our 5 valedictorians. We have Sage Canterbury, Molly Del Schneider, Megan Matt, Addison Oliver, and Levi Lighters. At this time, we would also like to take the opportunity to recognize the families, because we know that this process did not start at this moment. It started when these children, well, they're no longer children, but as children, when they came to us and began their educational process. So as parents and perhaps as siblings, you recognize that they needed dedication, education, perseverance, and personal responsibility, and you gave that to all of these scholars. So this is an award for family as well as students. So at this time, we're going to call the parents forward individually in sets to accept awards. We will start with our salutatorian. Christy and Luke Todd, please come forward and give the salutatorian award to Hannah. And if someone, there's time for a quick picture if you want to turn around, please. Now for our valedictorians, we will start with Christine Dupre and Frank Canterbury to present to their daughter Sage. Ricky and Joe Del Schneider, if you'll come forward to please present to Noni. Kelly and Steve Knapp, presenting to their daughter Megan. Mariah and Brent Oliver to present to Addison. And Marcy and Billy Whitehurst to present to Levi. This is an honor to be given to the families as well as to the students, and we say congratulations on a job well done.
Congratulations, guys. So we're now going to have the salutatorian and valedictorians give their speeches. They decided to go ahead and collaborate on one speech, so I'm going to introduce them in the order that they were speaking and then turn it over to them. So Sage Canterbury has attended Ennis schools since kindergarten. Throughout high school, Sage has been involved in many extracurriculars and community activities. She is excited to attend the University of Georgia this fall to pursue a degree in business. Sage would like to thank all of those who have supported her during this journey. Levi Whitehurst moved to Ennis his sophomore year, and since then has enjoyed his best high school years here, participating in speech, theater, and music along with all of his classes. Levi would like to thank his teachers, mentors, family, and friends for supporting him throughout his high school career. Due to his passions for technology and music, Levi will be attending MSU to pursue computer engineering and music technology. Addison Oliver is a third-generation Ennis High School graduate. She is an involved student athlete who holds the EHS women's long jump record. Through her many years in 4-H, Addison has also developed a love for artistically decorating cakes. She will attend the University of Montana Davidson Honors College this fall. Noni Dilschneider has been going to school in Ennis since kindergarten. Throughout her time in high school, she has been involved in volleyball and many different clubs. She plans to attend the University of Virginia in the fall. Noni would like to thank everyone who has supported her along the way. Megan Knapp has gone to school in Ennis since kindergarten and has lived here her whole life. During high school, Megan has been involved in many sports, multiple clubs, and other activities. She is also an amazing vocalist who has sung the national anthem at the Ennis 4th of July Parade and at many other events. She plans to attend Clemson University in the fall to pursue a degree in nursing. Megan would like to thank her teachers, family, and friends for pushing her to be the best person she can be. Hannah Todd has been a part of Ennis Schools since kindergarten. Throughout her high school career, Hannah has been involved with multiple extracurricular activities, but her most accomplished is her shooting career. She will be attending the University of Kentucky this fall and is very excited. Hannah would like to thank the teachers who have supported her and her parents for everything they have done. All right, turn it over to you guys.
On behalf of the class of 2024, I want to thank all of you for being here with us on this memorable Memorial Day weekend. As my high school experience comes to an end, I've realized I do my best work under pressure. This may be called procrastination, but pressure always pushes me to achieve my goals. My fellow speakers and I have been thinking about this speech since January. It is safe to say there has been pressure in writing it and much thought about what we were trying to communicate here today. Ultimately, we decided to take inspiration from some of the most influential people of our time, sharing their impactful messages with the class of 2024. Taylor Swift is a polarizing artist, but her music and cultural influence is so profound, she was named the 2024 Time Person of the Year. She's an inspiring businesswoman whose music will be with many of us as we transition from childhood into adulthood. She shared this advice with the graduating class of 2022 at NYU. Every choice you make leads to the next choice, which leads to the next, and I know it's hard to know which path to take. There will be times in life when you need to stand up for yourself. Times when the right thing is to back down and apologize. Times when the right thing is to fight. times when the right thing is to turn and run, times to hold on with all you have, and times to let go with grace. Sometimes the right thing to do is listen to the wisdom of those who have come before us. How will you know what the right choice is in these crucial moments? You won't. Today is a celebration of completing one life stage and transitioning to another. On this next step of our journey, our decisions will become more meaningful and impactful. Our choices will determine our destiny. But Taylor Swift is right. We won't know if we're making the right decision in the moment. We have to find comfort in the uncertainty, for that is how we grow. During high school, we started to discover who we are, what meaningful relationships look like, and certainly the benefits of hard work. But this is just the beginning, and I'm so excited for the bright future that lays ahead each and every one of us. Class of 2024, today, let's collectively decide to have the courage to take risks, find what we love and work hard while doing so, thank those who have supported us, and believe that we can change the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Sage. When I first started acting, I was terrified on the night of my first performance. When I sang in front of a crowd for the first time, I was petrified. In those moments, I had a choice. Do I give up, hide, and let the illusion of safety engulf me? Or do I take the risk, make that leap of faith, and know that no matter what happens, at least I went out there and did it? I chose the latter, and I have many wonderful memories to take with me in life because of it. Now, let me ask you something. When was the last time you took a risk? And I'm not talking about some crazy Saturday afternoon with your buddies. When was the last time you took a risk for the sake of living a fulfilling life? If you haven't, why not? Fear? Security? The opinions of others? Let me propose an idea to you. You can fail at what you don't want, so you might as well take a chance on doing what you love. Believe it or not, Jim Carrey said that at his 2014 commencement speech at Maharishi International University. Now, this is a strong idea, but it gives rise to a vital question. Would you rather chase your dreams and risk failure, or never discover your true capabilities? Is staying in your safe zone worth wondering what might have been? Is it worth bearing any regret that may find you? My fellow classmates, I hope your answer is no. I hope you find the courage to chase your dreams. But I'll leave that for you to decide. Thank you.
It is an honor to stand before you today as one of 5 valedictorians and 30 graduates of the Ennis High School class of 2024. A handful of my classmates sitting next to me today already know what their passion in life is, whether that be entering medicine, teaching, construction, creative arts, or business. I also know some of you will change your minds, and many of us have no idea what we want to do. But as we end our senior year, we all know of a few things we certainly don't love to do. Write and memorize our entire English speeches the night before. Hear me blow out the speaker every single day with, "Good morning, Ennis High." Listen to Mr. Bowling defend LeBron James for 57 minutes. Or walk into school and have to say good morning to 6 faculty standing in a line, staring at you at 7:59 a.m. While it is easy to know what we don't love, it can be far more of a challenge to find something that you are truly passionate about. Steve Jobs, who you may have heard of, was literally fired from his own company, Apple, in his 30s, in what he called a very public failure. He said he was quite lost before realizing that he was still passionate about his work. So he overcame this unfortunate obstacle to become one of the most successful entrepreneurs in history. Later in his career, Jobs gave a commencement address to Stanford University graduates. Within, he spoke on behalf of finding what you love in life and using that to fuel your future. He stated, "I'm convinced that the only thing that kept me going was that I loved what I did. You've got to find what you love. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking. Don't settle." And reflecting on Jobs' speech, I researched further and found it interesting that only a mere 15% of Americans are passionate about their careers. Class of 2024, we are better than that. Let us increase this statistic by going out and finding our passions, finding our drive, and having fun while making some money along the way. Thank you.
As a whole, we have spent the past 18 years of our lives dreaming up our future, and we have spent the past 4 years learning how to work. How to work at school, how to work at various jobs, and how to work through the impossible social dynamics that come with high school. Many of us have been dreaming all of our lives. When I was little and my parents would talk to me about the future, I would confidently tell them that my biggest dream in life was to build a house right next door to them, connected by a sky bridge. As much as I love my parents, my dreams have changed a little, and I'm sure many of my classmates could say the same. But each of us still has something that we dream about, whether it's related to work, school, or just random activities or accomplishments that we hope to one day achieve. But unfortunately, we can't simply dream about our future. We have to apply the work ethic that we have learned over the years in order to make our dreams a reality. Shonda Rhimes is an extremely successful American television producer and screenwriter who delivered a commencement address to the Dartmouth graduating class of 2014, in which she emphasized the importance of hard work. During the address, she told the graduating class, "Dreams are lovely, but they are just dreams. Fleeting, ephemeral, pretty. But dreams do not come true just because you dream them. It is hard work that makes things happen. It is hard work that creates change." Now that we are finally graduating, it is time for us to take our dreams and work for them. This will mean something different for each of us. Some of us will go back to school in the fall. Others will go straight into the workforce. And some of us will pursue a trade. No matter what our next steps look like or what our dreams are, we are all going to have to work hard. And as long as we continue to do those two things, I'm sure we can all achieve great things. Thank you. Thank you, Nomi. Today is a day the class of 2024 will remember. Today is a day to celebrate all of the hard work that got us to the next chapter of our lives, which we are about to begin. Today is also a day dedicated to gratitude, a day to thank those who helped us get here. I would like to thank those who nurtured us and educated us in numerous ways, those who held our hand when the times were rough and offered us a shoulder to cry on, and finally, my classmates for the laughs and support throughout the years. As we continue to grow, there will be more people to show our appreciation to. So I chose this quote from Nipun Mehta's commencement speech to Assumption College's class of 2018, as I think it is an important reminder to all of us. How can we ever pay back our debts of gratitude? We can't pay it back, but we sure can pay it forward. My dear trailblazers, go shower the world with your gratitude. Not just a superficial gratitude when nature aligns itself with your plans, but an unconditional gratitude for the mere joy of being alive. We are incredibly lucky to have been shown so much support throughout our time at Ennis High School, and I hope those who have assisted us realize that we couldn't have done this without them. I want to leave the class of 2024 with this. Enjoy this next chapter and continue to show your gratitude to those you love. In the words of St. Francis of Assisi, it is in giving that we receive. Thank you. Our class is off toward great opportunities. Some are staying in the state, some are going across the country, and some are starting their careers now. As we leave the small town of Ennis High, try to carry the belief with you that you can affect change. Be bold, be courageous, and be your best self. The future is a challenge, so accept it with open arms. The quote I thought best fit was from a commencement speech given by Admiral McRaven at the University of Texas. He said, "Changing the world can happen anywhere and anyone can do it. So what starts here can indeed change the world. But the question is, what will the world look like after you change it?" Here's to the class of 2024 changing the world. Congratulations to us all.
Great job, guys. We have some amazing public speakers here. I'm gonna do my job. All right. The class of 2024 has invited Wendy Gustin Brown Eyes to be their graduation speaker. Wendy is a business owner and mountaineer. She lives in downtown Ennis with her husband Keith. Together they operate two businesses, a boutique fly fishing lodge called River Summit Outfitters and a film production and marketing company called the River Summit Group. Wendy loves volunteering for various community organizations. She is involved with the Madison Valley Women's Club, Jack Creek Preserve Foundation, the Ennis Chamber of Commerce, and the Madison River Foundation, to name a few. I now present Wendy.
Thank you, Melissa. Okay. So, Ennis High School class of 2024, I applaud all of you. Congratulations, you've made it to the final stretch. In less than an hour now, you will be handed a diploma and officially transition from Ennis High School graduate to alumni. This moment is one that you've been working toward for the last 13 years. Soak it all in and enjoy this accomplishment. It is truly an honor for me to be included in your celebration and to be invited today to share a few words of wisdom with you as you head into this next chapter. When I first was asked to participate, my mind instantly wandered back to my own high school graduation. I have a feeling many of you in the audience have been experiencing some of that over the last week or so. And I started then adding up all of the years that it has been. I was a little amazed and slightly shocked that it's been 34 years since I put this cap and gown on and sat in the chair that you're all in today. More than anything, what I remember about that day is the excitement that I felt and the wonder of going out into this big world. And honestly, I really had no idea of exactly what was going to be coming my way. Over the last several weeks, I've kind of been racking my brain to put together a message that I could share with all of you that's based on all of these experiences and the knowledge that I've gained in these 34 years. Before I get to all this great advice that I do have for you, first I'd like to take a moment and just share a couple of the things that I didn't know 34 years ago when I sat in your seat today. So to start, 34 years ago, I didn't know that I would end up pursuing opportunities that would end up taking me all the way across the United States, thousands of miles away from my own family. Over the years, I ended up having 17 address changes in 6 different states. 34 years ago, when I first left home, we all didn't even have internet access in our homes, not even the dial-up version. So I had no idea that there were going to be all of these amazing technological advances that would come along that would make it so easy for me to end up staying in touch with my family regularly. I had no idea that something like an iPhone would show up on the scene and that would provide me the ability to still watch all of my nieces and nephews grow up from afar. I did know that I was going to go to college and major in business administration. but I had no idea at all what I really planned on doing with that degree, or that it would eventually morph into a career in the medical device industry, and that I would work for these big corporations and end up traveling all over the Western states. And I certainly did not know that a couple of years into that career, that one of those corporations would end up laying me off due to some downsizing. Having no idea that something as negative as a layoff would end up being the thing, the main thing that ended up allowing me the time off to head over to Nepal and climb Mount Everest. I had no idea 34 years ago that I would end up being the 465th female to reach the summit. And honestly, guys, 34 years ago, I had no idea that I even liked climbing mountains. Where I grew up, the highest nearby peak was only 2,600 feet. And that's just a little over half the elevation of the town of Ennis. So I just, not really conducive to mountaineering development. But last and definitely not least, I had no idea that I would be pushing 50 years old before I finally met and married my soulmate. And that he would bring me to this amazing town, that we would move here together, that we would have 2 businesses together. And I certainly had no idea that one of those businesses would have anything to do with fly fishing. I had no idea that my joy of fishing would one day help to keep a roof over my head. So you might all be kind of thinking to yourself, she really didn't know much, did she? But I promise you, there is a point to my sharing all of these experiences with you. And that is to reinforce the fact that change appears in all shapes and sizes. There's good and bad, easy, hard, encouraging, and scary. And a lot of times, there are all of those things kind of all wrapped up into one. So while you'll not always be able to dictate the changes that are going to happen in your life, there is one thing that you can 100% of the time have control over, and that is your attitude toward change. I'd like to share with you now one of my favorite quotes, and I was very fortunate. This quote came to me very early in my professional career, and it completely changed my outlook on the world in general. It's a quote by Charles Swindoll, and many of you may have already heard of it before. It's his quote on attitude, and even if you guys are familiar with this, really listen to these words because they're just so important as you head off into your next phase. The longer I live, the more I realize the impact of attitude on life. Attitude to me is more important than facts. It's more important than the past, than education, than money, than circumstances, than failures, than successes, than what other people think or say or do. It is more important than appearance, giftedness, or skill. It will make or break a company, a church, a home. The remarkable thing is that we have a choice every day regarding the attitude that we will embrace for that day. We cannot change our past. We cannot change the fact that people will act in a certain way. We cannot change the inevitable. The only thing that we can do is play on the one string that we have, and that is our attitude. I am convinced that life is 10% what happens to me and 90% how I react to it. And so it is with you. We are in charge of our attitudes. So kind of just take that in. I just said these words. You are in charge. How long have you guys been waiting to hear that phrase said to you? And do you feel the power that is in that? Because along with that power does also come a certain level of responsibility. The responsibility of making good choices and the importance of treating others with kindness and respect, despite any differences that you might have. You are about to go out into this world and start a new chapter with a level of authority unlike ever before. I hope that you have confidence in knowing that you are able to dictate what happens in your life simply by controlling the way that you react to it. So, now comes the advice time. There are 3 things that I would like to share with you today that help me to accomplish so many of the goals in my life. So, the first 2 I've already kind of touched on. Number 1, embrace change. Make it your best friend. Expect it, know that it's coming, but also know that everything is going to be okay. Number 2, adopt an attitude of gratitude. So I feel that the healthiest thing that anyone can do for themselves is to wake up and start their day, the very, very start of their day, with a thought or a statement of gratitude. And it could be something super basic, like thanking the blanket that kept you warm last night. It doesn't have to be this major statement, but you have to kind of train yourself mentally to do this, because some days we wake up, we're not in the best mood, it can be kind of tough to come up with something positive. But I promise you this, if you do this every single day, the easier it gets. And then the last one, the big one, be unstoppable. I want you to think it in your mind, know it in your heart, and feel it in your belly. Regardless of what you end up doing in life, whether you're running races, climbing mountains, raising a family, working in the corporate world, or with your hands, starting your own business, do all of it with an unstoppable intention, and you can't lose. So these 2 things might seem kind of basic, but if you find a way to implement them into your daily life, then I did my job here today. So now let's assess. You have years of the lessons that have been provided by the top-notch faculty here at Ennis School. You have support from your family, from your friends, from your fellow classmates, from this amazing community that we all get to call home. And all of that morphed together, infused with all kinds of Mustang pride. All of this provides an instructable foundation to launch the next phase in your life. And I'm so excited for you all, truly am. So, in closing, my wish for today is that whether you're staying right here in Ennis, going 50 miles away to Bozeman, 1,000 miles away to Arizona, 2,000 miles away back east, or heading somewhere international, go out into the world and be unstoppable. And who knows, in 34 years from now, you might be standing at a podium somewhere in this world sharing your experiences with a graduating class. Thank you.
Thank you, Wendy. Good afternoon. I am Mike Speck, and I'm the high school counselor, and I have more of a message for you guys on what you've completed throughout your high school career rather than what's ahead of you. I've worked with this class a tremendous amount on the football field, the basketball court, but most importantly, the classroom. I wanted to give a big thank you for not only attending the celebration of graduation, but for all that you do for the school, the students within, but most importantly, this graduating class that you have in front of you today. Within our graduation handouts, there's an insert that lists scholarship awards for the class of 2024. A very impressive, bold total is located at the bottom that reads a total of over $300,000 given in scholarships to the alumni of Ennis schools and these seniors that you have in front of you today. This community that we have located in the heart of Madison Valley is truly something special, and the class of 2004 has shown their appreciation for the past 4 years. All high schoolers within the Ennis schools are required to fulfill 20 hours of community service before they graduate. However, the average for each student in this class is over 50 hours, totaling just over 1,500 hours completed throughout their high school career as a group. On top of the amazing community service feat, as Ms. Newman mentioned before, this class has also performed in the classroom in a way that is beyond challenging. The class of 2024 has completed 21 advanced placement classes and exams, and also completed 12 dual enrollment courses that set the path into their post-secondary education. How about a round of applause for this awesome community that we are blessed to be a part of, and this class that has gone above and beyond for the community and themselves. We will now move on to the senior video made by the senior class, all edited by Megan Mack and Ruby Blazer.
Been waiting for. So can I please have the class of 2024 please stand? So students who received their diploma have met all of the qualifications and requirements of the state of Montana and Ennis High School. I'll have Mr. Klasna and Mrs. Jenkins help hand out our diplomas. All right. Sage DePrey Canterbury. Megan Renee Knapp. William Levi Whitehurst. Olivia Riley Benson. Jody Ray Bitt. Ruby Willow Blazer. Clinton Dale Byan. Wiley Thomas Connor. Noah James Dames. Seeley Joe Driscoll. Zachary William Foss. Bailey Marie Foraker. Madeline Renee Gordon. Tyler Nicholas Huff. Sadat Azami. Noni Catherine Dilschneider. Addison Jane Oliver. Hannah Rose Todd. Caden Michael Keller. Justin Michael Klug. Jeremiah Jason Mott. Zane Bodie Morrison. Elizabeth Catherine Ketchu Olson. Caleb Robert Grice. Olivia Sophia Sorensen. Grace May Stecker. Chaz Joseph Dielan. Camden Hardeye Burden. Michael James Vogel. Vance Jeffrey Wingard. I now present the Ennis High School class of 2024. Congratulations. And thank you all.